Welcome back to the channel. Some of you have asked in the comments, and many of you I'm sure are curious, what do we as barristers do if we need legal assistance? Many of you might naturally think, well, we're barristers, we should deal with it ourselves. But there's a few reasons why we might not do that, and some of them might not be as obvious as you think. So I'm going to tell you what those are, and I'm going to tell you what I do, in fact what I did just this morning in one such case. So stay tuned to the end of the video and it might be enlightening for you. So first of all, there are a number of reasons why we would not act for ourselves. Sometimes we might, but sometimes we might not. If we do, however, and it's a purely personal matter, then we cannot abuse our position as a barrister, as an advocate in that correspondence. Now in some situations, the other person will know that we are barristers. For example, if we contracted a company to do marketing for our firm, they know that it's a firm of barristers. However, what I mean by abusing the position as a barrister is if one were to say to the other party, listen, I'm a barrister, I'm more likely to win this case than you are because you're not a barrister. That's obviously a clear and flagrant abuse of the position of being a barrister because one is trained in the profession. But another perhaps less obvious reason why a barrister might not represent their own case, and that is just like anybody else, it is probably better that someone else represents the case for you. They can be objective, they will be impartial, they will provide you with impartial advice when you may well be emotionally engaged in it. This might be particularly prevalent in cases such as divorce and things like that. Barristers will very often go to another lawyer to represent them on cases like that. So now for my example from this morning. Now on occasion, you guys, and I thank you for it, send me alerts when someone else has re-uploaded my video without my permission, or they're using it in an advert without my permission, or just doing something else with my content without permission. Now, of course, that's copyright infringement, and indeed, that's one of my practice areas, and I've done a video about it, so I'll link that in the description below. However, this morning I received one such message from one of you guys, and I thank you very much for sending it to me, that there's a company, which I shall not name for obvious reasons, that has used one of my videos, re-uploaded it as an advert, and is advertising their business with my face all over it. Now, why they would want to do that, I don't quite know, but at the very least, it suggests that there's some kind of commercial connection between me and that company, and there very much isn't. They've used this video without my permission, and they are suggesting that I am providing advice on their behalf, and at the very least endorsing the connection between me and their company, which I'm very much not. So whilst you think it might be very tempting for me to start drafting letters myself and send them out myself, which in some cases I might. Now what I in fact did, and now this is not a sponsored video, but I contacted and instructed Clark Wilmot to take this case on for me. This is a very good firm of solicitors that deal with matters both private and business, and whom I've dealt with on a number of occasions. Of course, being a barrister, I come across a lot of different law firms, and I could choose quite a number. On this occasion, they have a very experienced intellectual property lawyer, Roy Crozier, who's a partner at the firm, and indeed they are going to take this matter forward for me. So for those of you that are curious as to what we do, you may have been surprised to hear that we don't just start firing letters off ourselves necessarily. As I say, on some occasions we might do so if it's a very simple matter, but at other times it is sometimes just better to instruct a firm of solicitors, just as anyone else would, to take the case on, and we in the very real sense become a client at that point. So I hope that was interesting and somewhat enlightening, and thank you very much for sending me the screenshots when you see my videos elsewhere. And for the avoidance of doubt, I have not, as yet at least, authorized the use of my videos on any other platform by any other company, so if you see my face anywhere else other than this channel and perhaps TikTok, then I haven't endorsed it, I haven't approved it, they certainly haven't paid me for it, and it's copyright infringement. So please do send that to me if you see that anywhere. Take screenshots, as I always say, keep the evidence, and if you are prepared to stand as a witness to what you've seen and where you saw it, when, etc., then I'd be most grateful. In the meantime, please remember to subscribe, and thank you for watching.